Not everything is black or white. This is why we choose to challenge facts and opinions by going straight to the gray area. This is the Great People Podcast.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Great People Podcast. I am here with Randy and Sean, and today's topic is actually a juicy one.
Yo, what up, everybody?
Yo, what's good?
Are you guys excited to talk about exes?
Yeah.
Let's go back in the past on these bitches.
Oh my gosh. So to be more specific, we'll be talking about being friends with exes. What do you
No
guys
such thing.
think? Oh, no such thing.
No, I'm just kidding. Y'all could be soft over there if you want.
Oh.
to.
I'm sure the majority would agree that once an ex is always an ex and you should just let it die and let it be. But do you think it's appropriate to be friends with your exes?
I think it all depends. Like, circumstances is really what would decide for me. If it's just because, like, you just want to be friends with your ex, I don't know. I don't think that works. You have history. You probably slept together, especially
They're
at
probably
our age, you
imagining you
definitely.
naked.
Or at the very least, they're wondering when it's going to happen next, is the way I look at it. You know what I mean? Like, yo, we're hanging out and maybe we slip, and it happens. But, I guess it could.
Fall into some pussy. I hate it.
What's that movie where the wind blows that
Oh,
girl in
no.
What is it?
What is it?
Unfaithful, right?
Yes.
Janet's
Oh my
favorite
God.
fucking movie.
Shout out to Janet.
So-
The bitch flew up to the third floor.
So-
God.
let me for anybody that hasn't seen the movie, the scene is like this really windy in the city, and she just tumbles and falls and lands practically on this dude's apartment, like pretty much. Like she lands on him, and he like I can't remember exactly, but it's just completely.
Spoiler
like,
alert.
yes,
It doesn't end the way you think.
Oh, no,
yes,
it doesn't.
does not. No, but anyways,
Is
I
that even
think
a spoiler?
no,
knows?
because like.
So, no spoiler alert. Scratch it.
No, but anyways, like I think there might be times where maybe there's let's say like a child in between, right? That's your ex, but you still got to deal with him.
You know,
'cause
I
there's a
didn't think
kid.
about it that way.
Damn. I was just thinking of exes that you didn't have ties to.
No,
Yeah, that's true.
and that well, I mean, I'm saying like if there's absolutely no ties, then no, I don't think anybody should be friends with their ex.
So,
So you wouldn't appreciate if I was friends with my ex.
Hold on. I guess let me just say, it
the
also
answer
depends.
is no, Randy.
Yeah, the answer is no. No, I guess it really depends. I think in terms like time. When it happened. Like, is it recent? Like, when were you guys together? Like, was it when you were in high school and you were 16, 17? Then who gives a shit? It is how I look at it, right? But if it's recent and
I give a shit.
Sean gives a shit. No, I don't know. Like for me, I think time heals a lot of that stuff, and you could still,
You can move on and be friends?
yeah.
Can't you
and
just be civil and not be friends?
Yeah, but I think even like if there's some attraction, like there might be some attraction, but I just don't know that is the same.
Do you have any friends?
Don't shoot
Mm,
yourself in the foot, Randy.
no, absolutely not.
Okay. On record, huh?
Yeah, absolutely not. I don't know. I that's how I kind of look at it. I think it just kind of depends, like timing, and I don't know how intense the relationship was. Even like if this is your ex that like broke your heart, or like you just had so much invested in that relationship, then no, definitely you cannot be friends ever,
Ever?
ever.
Ever.
How about you, Sean?
I mean, it's pretty easy for me to say no, just because I look at it as I don't need you as a friend. I needed
Mhm.
you or wanted you as a partner. Now, since we ain't gonna be partners, there's nothing that you're gonna bring value to my life. That's how I
Mhm.
look at it. Just more drama. You're probably gonna talk to me someday about some guy you with or girl or whatever the hell they want to be with, and I'm just gonna sit back and be like, I don't give a fuck because I know who you are, and you probably the one fucking up anyways.
He's like, you over here telling me, but I'm pretty sure you started that shit.
Yeah, I mean that, and also, you know how many bitches there are out there? Like, you could be friends with so many other bitches. Like, why go back to some bullshit?
I guess
You're-
that's
There's a
good
reason why
point.
y'all
That is a good
ended.
point.
I mean, if you ended like in a good note, like, hey, this isn't just working out, we should just be friends. How many movies have we seen where they always still trying to hook back up, or some bullshit, or they're just like, we're just gonna shake hands and just be friends? No, no, no.
It's a backup plan.
Yeah.
Like,
Especially if there's an emotional tie or a physical tie. If y'all fucked, it's like, how you go back from that? But if y'all were emotionally attracted to each other, Isn't that a little bit deeper? Like,
I think, and actually that brings a good question, I guess, that
Mhm.
I was wondering about. Like, so we've all been on, hopefully, we've all been on either side of that like breakup, right? Maybe you
mhm.
broke up with somebody, or you got broken up with. Hopefully, it hasn't been where you got always broken up with, but
What's wrong with
Are you
that?
traumatized?
no, no, no. What? No, because I'm saying I've been on both
I
sides
am.
of it.
Oh.
No,
When
but what I'm saying is, I think like sometimes we tell ourselves a lie of like it was mutual.
It's a
we
mutual
wanted
agreement.
we wanted it that way. It just wasn't working out. And I think there's always one person that wants the relationship still. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like I really never heard of a relationship where people were like, "Yo, like let's just call it," and
Someone's
we
gonna
had a
be
good time.
depressed.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna
So
feel more sad or whatever, angry than the other.
so like the emotional thing, like you were talking, I think that's like definitely there. You know what I mean? Like if you broke up with me and I didn't want that, then I might stick around and be like, well, like, cool, I'll
There's
be your
hope.
friend and I'll like whatever you need. But there's always that little like, I might get her back. Or I might be trying really hard to get her back. She might not see it because now she's looking at me through, friend zone glasses, kind of.
Now, but here's the thing. Maybe I'll toss this question right now. Y'all may have not been together, right? Y'all, I mean, I know we says exes
Just a
and shit.
friend with benefits.
Very deep benefits. Like, let's say y'all was fucking,
I'm like,
but y'all was
hopefully,
just friends.
I'm like,
Okay.
hopefully very
Would you
deep.
be okay with that person, like your man's or whatever, being friends with her? Be like, no, we fuck, but we ain't gonna be doing no more because I'm with you and I'm honest, blah blah blah. Are you comfortable with that, or what hurts more? Like you was with two questions actually. This is two questions. Let's say you was dating. Let's say your man was dating a girl,
Mhm.
never slept with her,
Mhm.
just dated her, really liked her, or a guy that has a friend and they fuck, but he's like, oh, we ain't gonna fuck no more because we together. What's the hardest? What does he have to drop both of them, or does he have to? Or are you cool with one or the other?
Honestly, my initial thought would be like, like I feel like the physicality overshines the emotional, but I feel like you have to drop both because I don't want you confiding in someone else, having that emotional connection where I'm supposed to be your partner and you should be confiding that and trusting in me with that information, not nobody else, especially someone that was only, serving you as that and wasn't your girlfriend or whatever. But then the other person, I'm just like, I don't know. I just feel I envision guys just looking at people that they slept with and just like seeing them
Trying
naked.
to reminisce,
No,
Yes,
I
like
don't think.
looking at them naked.
I don't-
or and then you don't want that girl jumping on you one day, and be like, no, this is how he like his dick sucked.
Yeah, imagine that, man.
Well, I don't think it's always. I don't know, man. I think like you can sleep with somebody and not always have them in this like naked
I agree.
out. Like you can. I don't
I
know.
will hurt myself by saying I agree with that statement
No,
completely.
I'm just saying like I don't know, but it's funny to hear you kind of say that in a way because like, and I mean here comes the sexist Randy. But women are typically more on the emotional side. Like there's the emotional connection, and you're emotional. You have an emotional connection to her or whatever, right? Um,
Sometimes it's worse than the physical one.
well, that's what I'm saying. Like it could be, but you were just saying in a second, like a second ago, almost like the emotional is
The f-
almost
the
like
f-
better than the physical because the physical was someone that is just
Well,
getting.
yeah, that's like an initial thought, but honestly, like, even just solely
Both are
based on
bad to you.
insecurities, yeah, they're both bad because I can't, like, I wouldn't want to see that person that you slept with and then have to compare myself, I guess, like physically to that person, because then you want to keep her as a friend and she's always around and I'm like, oh my God. Like the thoughts in my mind are like, oh, they probably were over here, like doing this, or I don't know. It's just
Like,
maybe
where'd
more
you
of a
learn that
respect,
move?
a
How do you know
respect
this
thing.
spot?
He's like, yeah. How do you know this spot? Could you please answer that? No, I think it's like in part. I think when you are in the same location, I think that adds to it, right? Like it's the ex that you always see, and then maybe you both used to hang out in Provo, or you both used to hang out in Salt Lake, or whatever you lived, and then you wonder, right? Like, hey, you took me to this restaurant. Is that where you used to go with her?
That
Or
bitch.
Hmm.
which I think, by
I've
the
heard that a
way,
few times.
if you do that, try to stop it. That's really unhealthy for you to be questioning everything your new man is doing for you. If it, like whether they did it with another girl or they took another girl to the restaurant or whatever.
Do you think
Anyways,
you the only bitch walking the planet?
yeah. Or I could have found out about this restaurant months after we broke up. But anyways, I think that adds to the like the complications because if it's someone like someone back in Puerto Rico or someone in the DR that you might not really ever see, there might be that like I don't want you to have them on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, but in reality, like there's less headaches.
This should lead to a story time that I would love all the listeners to hear.
Hey guys, just a little bit of a break from the Great People podcast, one of my favorite podcasts, by the way. I want to introduce myself. My name is Dre Rocka, and if you're looking for another podcast to add to your playlist, definitely check me out. Visit allrock.com. That's ALLRAWK.com. I have a few different podcasts on there. I have the Isolation 20 podcast, where you get just me, and we talk about life, we talk about sports, and we talk about news. And then I also have the Unrestricted podcast, where I sit down and I talk with my friends, and we just have a good time. And then we also have my U92 radio show podcast called The Creative Corner, where we sit down, we talk with creators from all over the United States, find out what inspires them, find out what motivates them. Again, visit my website, allrock.com. That's ALLRAWK.com. Now back to the show.
Story time. Which one?
When I went to DR for the first time, I literally
hold
asked
on.
Randy beforehand. I'm like, "Do you have any exes that I should know
We already talked
about?"
about that one though.
Randy's like, I was.
Oh, well, we can
cornball.
just bring this back up for the
We-
new listeners.
There was an episode we talked about that.
And
already.
then boom, one day his best friend pretty much just introduced her to me on the spot, and I'm like, "Oh, hi, nice to meet you."
I don't know if we should talk about that. That's already in the past. Anyway, so here's the
But
story.
see, this is a great point though. Girls can't forget.
well, well, here's the thing. I guess you could say, right? Me and her are not friends, but here's the story for those of you guys that haven't heard it. We will give you that.
Let's make it quick.
Yes. So I grew up in the Dominican Republic, as many of you guys know. So we went back. What was it? Maybe 2 years ago?
It's probably been more like 4.
No. Well, yeah,
you still
maybe
holding
maybe
on
2,
right
3.
now?
I know, right?
I'm like 4 years, 3 days.
Anyways, we went back, and Reina had always asked. So she always wants to know like how many girls I've been with, or whatever. And the answer, as it should always be, is none of your business. I'm just kidding. Not like that.
Mm.
No, it's always like, I don't want to give you a number. I don't want to tell you, because I just think it doesn't add anything to the relationship. But anyways, she was asking in DR like how many girls, from around my little town I've been with or whatever, and I just didn't give her any answers, and I told her none.
So,
So,
you lied.
obviously,
exactly.
Well, and obviously
A
that's
white lie.
yeah, because I mean, I really don't
The
think
gray
she.
area.
He
of
just
the
didn't think
lie.
the likelihood of me bumping into her was high
Well,
enough for me to know.
And I don't think, like, obviously when I say none, it should be obvious that of course it's
You're like, man, I thought this girl
You
would have
know.
already got her papers, moved to like Jersey or some shit, like
Spain. A lot of them go out to
or
Spain.
Spain.
No, but anyways, so I just told her none. Now, of course, I didn't think she would think it was none. I think it was just an answer not to give a number, But anyways, we are hanging out one day, and my friend was asking, yo, like, have you ever been with anybody or whatever? And then he remembered a name. He was like, yo, like, what about this girl? Didn't you guys go out? I was like, yeah, we had a thing, And then he's like, oh, fun fact. We're driving to her house right now. And, he's a joker. So I thought he was like just messing around and whatnot. And
It
then
was a setup, guys.
it definitely was a setup
For me.
No, for me.
For me.
Anyways, so then we go and he explained that he
Who
was
was
going
more
to.
uncomfortable?
I was
Raina.
laughing because Randy looked nervous.
I wasn't
And I was just like,
nervous.
oh, cool. Like, because
Dang,
she was
Randy-
beautiful. I mean, I give it to
Randy
Randy.
looked
She was
shook.
beautiful.
No, I wasn't nervous.
He was nervous.
No, anyways.
I kind of believe it.
Because, like he said, he didn't really think that his friend was going to take him over there. And then when we stopped in front of the house, he's like, wait, what are we doing here?
Yeah, no, because it was like he was going to drop off the keys to the business to like her brother who works with him. And yeah, she I don't know if she was still married, but she had some kids. And she came out and she's like, hi. And I'm like, oh, hey.
You're like, ratchet bitch.
No, actually, she wasn't ratchet. I
She's
don't do
nice.
ratchet.
No, I was talking about what Raina was saying in her head.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Anyways,
Don't defend her,
but
both of y'all.
but that was it. But then again, in comparison or contrast, I'm not friends with her, so I don't think And even if I was in the art, it's not like I was like, yo, I'm gonna go hang out with her, and she wants to take me out to lunch, and she wants us to go. Like, I actually, by the way, I think that's weird when the girl is like, I'll take you and your girlfriend. Like, let's just go. I'm like, yo, what are you
But did
trying
y'all
to
really
do here?
have something? Or y'all just had a fling.
We had a fling because I was young too. I was
Yeah,
like
just because it sounds
16,
like y'all was
17,
both young. You already left. It's been years.
Yeah.
Right? It's not like y'all kept in contact. So
No, like I remember at one point, like I had her on Facebook, and then I don't even remember what like happened. Like after that, I remember like I kind of checked, like, oh, like I never knew she had kids or anything, and she
None
wasn't
of
on
them were
Facebook.
yours, right?
Of course not.
Okay.
Unless he's 16. It was 12 years later. No, I don't think she had any kids. I'm just kidding. No, but I think that is definitely weird. Like I've seen it where like the ex
Yep.
wants to be like, yo, I'll take you out. You and your girl, you both should come. And I'm like, yo, what are you trying to do
Be
here?
like, how about I just go,
How
and my girl could just
But
have faith in me.
I think you
how
made a
about
good
you and my
point,
girl hang
Randy,
out? Which one?
about just more of like the respect thing. Like you just had her as a friend on Facebook. Like I have some exes as friends on Facebook, but that doesn't mean I interact with them. I just feel like I don't
Yo,
know.
Raina, you tripping?
What? No, I'm
Delete
just
him right
saying
now.
like
I'm just
whatever.
kidding.
I'm just saying like it's like the whole like do unto others. What is it? What's the quote?
Do unto others as you want done
Quote.
unto you. Right?
Yes,
It's a
that. So
golden
I
rule.
personally don't want to interact with any exes because I obviously wouldn't feel comfortable if you did.
So why do you still have them on Facebook right now?
You know, I don't know. I really don't
That's a
delete.
great-
I don't
that's
even
a-
check Facebook that
See,
much, to be honest.
see,
So.
Randy too relaxed, because if that was me, I'd be like,
But I
listen,
don't talk to anybody.
I
I'm
don't
I'm
care.
of the person of
See-
like if it's over, it's over, and I just forget like
no,
that
and
you
that's cool.
exist.
And that's cool, and that's respectable.
But I do want to say though, if I feel like it's also very circumstantial in the sense of like even like if your family's involved, like your parents really love the person and they're like family friends and things like that, like it's fine, I guess, if it's clear to you that person and your new relationship that nothing will ever happen, then I
Well,
feel like it should be
I
okay.
think
Hold on, what if that girl done you wrong though, and it was a family friend? Well, let's say it was a little toxic, right?
Then you need to tell your family to
So I need
cut
to tell my
ties.
family that cut this bitch.
Yes.
Right?
I think that's what you should do.
I mean,
But
they
like,
should
I hear
already do that on their own if they care about you.
That's what I thought.
But if they don't,
He said that's what I thought. What happened, Sean?
Shit, well, that's a whole nother story. But
well, I think it's like I don't know. Like for example, in the where I grew up is a very small town, and if I like at this point in my life had a relationship, chances are my family is gonna have a relationship with this person, and then where they're gonna go? It's a small town, anyways. They're not gonna move out, and I
Mhm.
think my parents or whoever have the relationship, they're still gonna interact and they're still gonna say hi, and
Oh,
they might even come over and whatever. But I think it's
yeah, there could be everyone could be civil.
yeah, I think it's just
Mhm.
I don't know, and
That's true.
that's where it gets kind of
But
tricky.
but
'cause
having your friends
civil-
like on Facebook or social media generally, it's like, yo, like that person still has access in one way or another to your life,
Mhm.
whether you care or not.
Mhm.
well, that's a good point too. Like they see what you're up to.
Sean with all the points today, man.
I wonder if they
Kudos.
like I've never done this, of course, but I wonder like if there's a certain level of like, yo, like I know what's going on, and now like I'm trying to like devise this plan of like
Who?
See,
I don't know, like
Your
the
ex?
the ex trying to get back
Oh
in there.
my
I don't know.
hey,
You
that's
think
what
people
I
have
believe.
time? I mean, there are
'Cause
some cycles out there.
I believe, especially if something wasn't fulfilled the way you wanted it to be. There's always that lingering, like,
Or if it was
emotion.
really fulfilled, then you want to be.
Well, if it was really fulfilled, then there shouldn't be no distance, right?
Oh my god.
Like, let's be real. Like,
I-
hit her with the meat hook, and it's a wrap.
I think this proposes like a new question. Can you be friends with your friend's ex?
So okay, so the friend of like the ex, like the best friend of the ex,
Like,
like that.
can Sean be my friend if we ever end our relationship?
Actually, that brings up another
Or
point.
would you even want to be my friend, I guess? 'Cause
Well, that's just your insecurity talking.
I think it depends how it all goes down. But I think that also, like, I don't know, that brings up another question or another layer that I think we can get into is, like, what kind of relationship? Like this, we all have relationship with each other now. Like we've been married for a number of years. We've been
Yeah.
around each other for a number of years. I think at that point it almost becomes unfair for either one of us to
to
be
pick a
like,
side.
To make a
yo,
decision.
yeah, like if we were to get a divorce or something, be like, don't ever talk to Brittany again. I'm like, yo, me and
But
Brittany
I'll tell you
actually
this,
have
though.
a.
I'll tell you this. It would be. I feel like it'd be easy to cut off if that person was treated wrong.
Absolutely, like
Like
if
cheated or
That's true.
crazy domestic abuse, something crazy, right?
yeah,
Then I'd be like, yo, bitch, you fucking nuts.
Yeah.
I think at that
And by
point,
bitch, I mean guy or girl.
I think yeah, definitely at that point makes a difference. Like if Reina cheated on me, because obviously I'd never cheat.
Oh my god.
Dominicans
Because
don't
I
cheat.
do.
Dominicans don't cheat. It's fact.
Oh my
Don't
God.
tell fucking Big Poppy that.
Hey guys, Dre Rocket here, and I want to invite you to my website, allrock.com. That's ALLRAWK.com. We have tons of podcasts on there. YouTube videos, and so much more. We'd love if you came over and checked us out. Again, that's allrock.com. Now back to the show.
Like at that point, people might decide to like cut ties with the other person because they were a
Mhm.
piece of trash, and that's like we don't need you around. You bring that negative energy.
Well, what I'd say to that is depends on the relationship that they had,
Mhm.
right? But honestly, just me being loyal to my friend, I feel like if it was any way even a little wrong, like oh my friend had to cut ties on some little shit or big shit, don't matter. Then my ties are cut as well. I'm
Mhm.
more or less like fuck it then, like cool, be gone. I'm good with it.
I think that kind of makes sense. Like, yeah, like definitely when there's something done in between, like
Yeah, I mean for me it's easy. I'm like nah, bitch, you fucked up. Get out of here.
you
Like
and
we
your
good.
But
friends,
what
get the
if he's
fuck
the
out of
one that
here.
fucked up?
Huh?
What if he's the one that fucked up?
My
Well
friends
then,
never do that.
well then I have I asked my friend, hey, you want to have a conversation about this? No, you're good. Okay, we'll talk about it later, and
Sean
that's
is like,
it.
in that case, you don't want to talk about it. You did nothing wrong. Then let's move.
Well, I mean, if you did something wrong, that's cool. But I'd be like, so are you guys gonna be good? You guys gonna be together? No, we completely done. Then there's no reason for me to talk to this bitch.
Actually,
Oh
that
my
that
gosh.
that brings up like there's so many layers to this whole like relationship conversation. But then the people that break up and get back together, like that's tricky too with the friends. Like, yeah,
Oh
I
yeah.
could tie with your friends because we're exes now,
Hmm.
and or the other way around. Let's say that my friend breaks up with somebody and I can't be friends. Wait, what's the?
What are you trying to say?
You
I'm
said the
trying
same thing twice in a row.
to. No, so in a situation where like
Put the beer down, Randy.
no, in a situation where we break up and I cut ties with you and your friends and everything, and then we get back together. I think then that's
And you
like
become
tricky.
refriends?
No, that's tricky because then I know you gotta like it's awkward between you and your
I'll
friends.
tell you this.
Oh,
It ain't
like
gonna
you
be
mean when,
awkward
when
for
like
me.
somebody like bath mounts like their friend or
Yeah.
whatever?
I would say this. It wouldn't be awkward for me because I let all the air dry out. I'd be like, yo, y'all really trying to work this out? Are we trying to be cool with each other? Like I was talking shit, but you gotta understand my point of view.
Like I think it's like it's I don't know. By the way, people don't do that. Don't go back and
I mean, you
forth
should
with this
handle
whole
your
relationship
relationships
thing.
in private. Unless it's
Well,
like for real, it's just over. Then you
but
can
you
put
talk
it
to
in
your
public.
friends. You always talk to your friends and be like, yo, like I'm done with Sean. Here's everything he used to do. I'm so glad I'm done with him. And you do all that talking, and then Sean doesn't talk to the friends, and the friends don't talk to Sean, and
And then
then
they
you
get
get
back
back together, and
together.
then it's awkward for everybody. Is
Hmm.
I don't know,
Yeah,
but
I try to make it as least. I'm just saying. I would try to make it as least awkward as possible. I'd be like, anything want to be said? No. All right, cool. Then we're good. Or let's have a conversation now and get past
I'll
it.
be like, Sean, I said this
And I'm
and
like, well, that's pretty
this
fucked up. Like I didn't know
and
you felt
this.
that way about me.
you're like, welcome back to your relationship. I'm glad you guys are back together.
Now
In case
you
you
were a
hear
piece
it,
of shit. That came out of my mouth.
yeah, listen.
She
And
could have done better, and she
I,
still can.
I meant it when I said it, but I'm so glad you guys are back together.
Yeah.
You're so cute. Anyways, but yeah, don't people do that all the time, and I think it obviously makes it awkward for everybody. But to answer the question, because I don't think I ever really did, I think you could be friends with the ex's friends. Like if you actually have a relationship and it's not just because of their relationship, then you're friends,
You
right?
just have to probably just not, come to an understanding of never bringing up that other
Yeah, like
person.
don't talk to me about her, but like we can be
Yeah.
friends.
Well, shit. Well, that's another question. What the fuck? How big of friends were we?
Well, depends how much
Like,
you
were
hang
we just
out.
like, hey, we just chilling once in a blue fucking moon, and that's
Mm.
it?
Well, but then again, this has so many layers.
Yeah, like how
then
close
you
of friends were?
then you get
Like,
with her friend,
Guys, just never break up.
right? No,
Well, is
like
she willing to not be friends with her?
I don't know. Like people do this all the time,
I'm like,
right?
No.
I'm
See,
like, are we all
that's a
friends?
line I don't. That's a line I don't cross. Like
No, that's true.
if I have an ex, the most I'm gonna do with my ex's friends is fuck them, and that's
No,
it.
my God.
Other than that,
That's
hey,
not crossing the
it's
line.
a good resume, and everyone want to get a read. So I just leave it at that. I'm like, no, cool. We ain't gonna get together. You might get digmatized or whatever it may be.
Digmatized.
However it might happen, but this ain't going nowhere because if you're friends with her and we broke up, then you probably just as fucked up as her.
Well, I don't know. I don't think friends are the same as their friends all the time. Like,
I'm
Not
like,
all the time,
you are who
but-
you hang out with
But that's what I'm saying.
most of the time.
And why ruin a good relationship? Hey, y'all could keep being friends. Y'all probably ain't gonna talk to each other and say, yo, I fucked him too. Y'all probably ain't gonna say all that.
Yeah,
That's gonna be a dark skeleton in the closet.
I'm with you. Obviously, that's part of the bro code, right? Like you never like in terms of like guys, you never get with
Oh yeah,
the
yeah, yeah. No. Yeah, you don't get with your boy's girl
and
at
you don't
all.
get with the friends either. I think that's what I'm saying. I think that's part of the same code,
With
right?
the
I
Like,
must
girl's
have,
friends.
yeah, like
I
if
must have
the
missed that in school because I just thought whatever was available and being tossed at as a friend,
well,
like
but
you
okay,
know
maybe
the.
from the opposite side, right? Like if you broke up with a girl, then her girl should know to not get with you. That's
Sean
what, like
like
Oh, they
Sean
should.
Sean thinks
I
this whole
agree with
thing is a
that.
refer a friend.
I mean, what's the point of making a resume?
Sean's over here like, yo, I don't care if you're like sisters, cousins, friends, best friends. Yo, if you want some of this, you can get
He's
it.
like
I
moms.
mean, if I'm single
Because
and
you
we
are, you
already,
broke up.
because we broke up. Why isn't everything open game?
Well, I don't know, because of the same code, right? If she's not supposed to get with
No,
you,
no,
then you
no, no,
shouldn't get
no.
with her.
What if you ain't throwing the shot though, and she over here trying to
Oh
get
my
a little,
god.
little something? You know what I mean?
I
I'm
don't
just saying,
know.
as a guy, I would just be like, cool, because I ain't. She over there. Like
And
my
you
ex
will
is
be
over there.
okay if she did the same with like your friends.
No, because then my friends fucked up.
Oh.
Let her friends be fucked up, but not my friends. Gotta have my back.
Oh, but what about her friends
Sean is
having her
like,
back?
Sean
Well,
is like loyal.
that's how fucked up a friend she is. She don't got that tight knit. She gotta get better friends.
I guess I see your point. I see your point in the
I don't
sense
have
of
to
like,
worry about my friends jumping on my girl because I believe if you're my friend, you ain't gonna disrespect me because you know where I draw the
So
line.
her friends aren't really her friends.
so you
I'm
look
just
at it like
saying,
that, right? Like if it happens, then
if it
they weren't
happens,
friends to begin with, kind of thing, or
I'd
not
be
good
like,
enough
no, I'd
friends.
just be like, that's a very big mistake because you can still be friends. Friends make mistakes, but that's where it's like, well, now we're no longer friends.
Mm.
Because if you're
Yeah.
willing to disrespect me, because you know where I
You
stood with
just
a lot
out
of
here
things,
trying to
there's
break
just so many. There's
relationships.
just so many bitches out here. Why you gotta talk about my ex?
That's well.
Well, there's so many girls too, and you just
And
want to
that's
be with her
fault.
friends.
Let her make those
Oh my
decisions.
gosh.
I don't want my people's making those decisions on me.
You know what? Actually, I'm with Sean.
What? How? How?
I'm making sense here.
No, what I'm saying is, here comes sexist Randy again.
Oh my gosh.
To an extent, I always like the way I look at things is things will go as far as the girl lets them go. I've always kind of looked at it like that. Like the guys, we're dogs. I think some of us, and even though friends should never try to get with an ex's.
You shouldn't use that as an excuse.
No,
though.
but I almost look
Like
at it.
you're grown
I
and you
think we're all part of the
understand what
animal
your
kingdom.
actions
Yeah,
are gonna
no,
We're all
lead
part of
to.
the animal kingdom, and I've had some girls that been straight bitches with me. So I'm
No, what I'm saying is like in your argument, right? I'm
Yeah.
trying to defend you here, bro. What I'm saying is in
Not
your
doing
argument,
a good job.
in your argument, she should be the one making the decision to like put a stop to your flirting if you are flirting with her, right? Because she's the friend.
yeah,
She's the one that shouldn't go forward with
yeah,
it.
correct.
So through those same lenses, I look at it like, yo, like
Okay.
girls always
I
decide
guess
how
a
far things go.
hypothetical, like if one of your friends was flirting with your ex and she obviously puts a stop to it because she respects you, you still will remain friends with that guy?
No,
No, that's disrespect.
Oh, okay.
no.
I'm just trying to make sure.
So I have actually had an instance with a close friend, and he liked this person. I would say because I still remember because of the conversation about 10 years ago.
Damn, you remember
About
this?
10 years ago,
Sounds
yes.
like 10 years, 6
and
months,
this
4
is
days.
and this is when I knew where my loyalty stood for myself. So this guy was talking to a girl. He was never pulling the move. He said he liked her all the time, but whatever. He never pulled the trigger. And she was a nice person. So I was like, let me try to test drive this thing then too. Because if you're not gonna pull the move, but you say you like her, I'm like, so y'all not really dating. Y'all just have this little fling. And me, I'm just trying to do grown things. So, because she looked good. So I was like, yo, I'm gonna ask you out on a date, but just letting you know, I'm gonna ask my boy first and kind of like for permission, like, hey, I don't know what you guys got going on. It sounds like both y'all confused and don't know what the hell's going on. Let me just take the initiative.
He said,
And
let me help you guys out.
And I told him, I was like, hey, do you mind if I take her out? And you know what I mean by take her out. I ain't trying to have a relationship. I'm just trying to
Sounds like
show her a good time.
Take her out.
So, and so he told me, he told me, honestly, man, I would appreciate it if you don't, because I don't feel right about that, and I actually do like her, and that whole thing, right?
I feel like the story should have a very positive ending, but it's not.
It was positive,
Okay.
and I looked at him. I was like, you know what, man, I appreciate that, and I'm gonna listen to you. I was like,
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna take that into. I'm gonna listen to that because I don't want to. At the end of the day, you ain't gonna throw away friendship over
Yeah.
some girl anyway, or a piece of whatever. So I hit that girl up, and I was like, yo, good luck on whatever you trying to do with whatever, because we ain't gonna do it. She's like, oh, why not? Whatever. And I was like, you know what, man? It's because I don't want to hurt nobody or make people feel a certain way just because of a short line of sight on a couple things.
Yeah.
Things are getting blurry right now, and I
Yeah,
think
and
we
I,
should
and I don't
just.
want to do something and then there's resentment or jealousy or whatever may happen, or
Cinnamons.
maybe we don't even go out, or
Or a
maybe
kid.
nothing happens. Well,
Damn.
I mean,
Sheesh.
I wouldn't have been that young.
He's responsible.
But you know what I mean? But I was like, cool. Like, even if nothing did happen, it would still be kind of awkward. Like, oh yeah, I took that girl out, and now you're dating her. Like, that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Or maybe that
Or they
crushed his
actually
dreams.
go serious after, or
Or they
this
never
is
get
a
a
good
chance.
story.
Maybe they would have had a true love situation, and they would have never had the chance because I fucked that up.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, so to me, I'm like, for me, just asking the question, because I didn't cross no line, I believe, yet. I was just like, hey, girl, let me take you out. Let me show you a good
you're
time.
looking good.
Yeah. And she was like, okay, cool. And I was like, cool, that's a green light. Now, before, I just want to make sure my dominoes were all in a row. And then I had to ask the question and be like, yo, man, do you really give a shit or you don't really give a shit? And then he's like, I give a shit. No problem. Say no more. It's a wrap.
Have you ever had it the other way around, where someone
Asked you?
used to be your friend and actually you went through with it?
Oh, damn.
So, yes and no. It wasn't really an ex or someone I was flirting with. It's just a girl I was messing with. And I was cool with it because I was like, fuck it. Like, she ain't really my girl. And if she's going to let you hit it, then that's cool too. I'll just stop hitting it though. Because I ain't going to I'm not going to share a bitch that, like, me knowingly share. I'm sure this bitch was getting around, but I'm not going to knowingly, like, know that this bitch is fucking 2, 3, 4 of us at the same. I'm like, hold up, that's too much. I'm trying not to catch nothing. So.
Yeah.
And so in that case, yeah, and he went through, or he tried to go through with it. She said he didn't, but I was like, I don't believe you, bitch. So I
Oh
was
my
like, all right, cool. Like, it's a wrap. It's done. We're good. And she out here like, no. Like, I don't believe in that shit.
Nah, that's crazy. Have you had it, Raina? Like a girl that used to be your friend, you broke up with somebody she hooked up with, she broke that code.
There's too many people out there to be messing. Like, why you
No,
get stuck on one
not
person?
like a direct friend, I guess. I did have a situation where, um, I don't remember. Was I broken up? No, I think we just broke up, and then right after is like someone I knew was going out with that person. But you know,
So someone you knew, but it wasn't like your friend.
no, we weren't like best friends or nothing. It's just someone obviously like that I knew.
Sounds like Raina's still hurt from it.
I just don't want to give away who it is. So I'm just like, it's fine. It happened many, many moons ago.
Yeah, no, it's tricky, man. Exes is just the whole thing. Relationships as a whole is just tricky.
It is.
Ex is complicated for sure.
I think the key from the story and from what we all like been discussing is just respect, I guess. Like,
It is. It's a lot of respect.
just as long as there's respect and there's an understanding, then be
And-
friends. Don't
and-
be friends. It's fine.
Yeah, and the person I am, at least, because I can only speak for myself, it's just more or less, if there's gonna be drama, why even entertain it?
Yeah.
Like, is it worth the drama?
That's a good way to look at it. Like, yo, like try to have a little foresight.
Yeah.
And is this gonna create any issues? Then
Like,
knock it off.
Like, you bust a nut. After you bust that nut, it's kind of a clear sight. Like, damn, this was a mistake. Even though it was good, it's like, fuck. I mean, I could have just handled this shit myself with some other bitch, or literally by myself.
No, that's true.
You
That's
know what I
true.
mean?
Nice. So key, if there's respect, I guess it might be okay. I say, depending on the level of emotional relationship that it was and whatever, then or how physical it was, then I say, it probably shouldn't be, regardless of if there's respect or not. That's how I look at it. But anyways, let us know what you guys think. Drop it in the comments. Let us know,
Don't trust the bitch if she said, "Don't worry, I won't say nothing," because that will bite you in the ass.
she will fucking say something.
If you've been exes with any of us, just give us a like,
Yeah.
subscribe.
If you're my ex, please leave me a review.
If you're my ex, you're probably not even listening, and if you are, you're fucking screaming. You're like, this motherfucker. And then you're gonna probably leave some stupid ass comment, and I say fuck you too then.
I know,
Oh
right?
my god.
No,
Or
but
God
yeah.
bless you, and I hope you're doing great.
No, yeah, for real though. No, but yeah, leave us a comment. Let us know what you think of the podcast. Review it. Please let us know how we're doing. Let us know if there's any topics you guys want to hear. Drop it in the comments. Again, you can write us anywhere, everywhere. We're at Great People Podcast, except for Twitter. We're Great PPL Podcast on Twitter. But yeah, drop us a like, subscribe, review the show.
Cut.